Hi guys, I thought I'd get on. I hope everyone is okay. I've been pretty quiet recently, well, actually over the last 6 months, something like that, because I just don't want anything to do with anything. But I made a big video responding to Alan Vinnecombe's threats on his last upload. So clearly stated that he's targeting me and that I'm the worst and that I was targeting his disability by doing impressions of him. So Alan clearly, because of the job that I do, wants more attention and feels that he can use me as an example, or that I'm weaker than the others or something along those lines to target. So rather than targeting people that he feels have actually done him wrong, he's just arbitrarily targeting people he thinks are weaker. And me being a woman, of course, Alan considers me weaker. So Alan has sent me a cease and desist letter. Email, sorry. Not a letter. Not a letter to my address. Not with the correct spelling of my name. It's with my YouTube email. A cease and desist letter. And I thought we should go through it. Shall we? Let's go through this. Okay. Sent to my wrongly spelled name. Urgent. Cease and desist all defamatory and or slanderous activity. We act for Mr. Alan Vinnecombe and are sending you this letter in accordance with the pre-action protocol for media and communications claims under the Civil Procedure Rules, CPR. Our client operates and appears on his YouTube channel called The Armchair Detective, where he analyses and reviews various true crimes that are already within the public domain. He states that his investigative work, along with his assistance, has provided vital information to the police and prosecuting authorities over the years. Let me repeat this part of the letter. Alan states that his investigative work, along with his assistance, has provided vital information to the police and prosecuting authorities over the years. Let's move on. In the course of investigating the publicised murder case of Chris Watts in North Carolina, USA, in the course of investigating the publicised murder case of Chris Watts in North Carolina, USA, I don't think so. Our client has recently published a book titled The Shadow Man. And you're telling me this because since our client's investigation of this true crime and publication of his book, he personally and his YouTube channel have been targeted. Okay, listen to this. See if this scans correctly. In the course of investigating the publicised murder case of Chris Watts in North Carolina, USA, our client has recently published a book titled The Shadow Man, full stop. Since our client's investigation of this true crime and publication of his book, he personally and his YouTube channel have been targeted by you with malicious and defamatory statements, where you have threatened him with violence and also encouraged and incited other members of the public to take violent steps against him. I'll read that again, exactly as is written. In the course of investigating his publicised murder case of Chris Watts in North Carolina, USA, our client has recently published a book titled The Shadow Man, inverted commas. Since our client's investigation of this true crime and publication of his book, he personally and his YouTube channel have been targeted by you with malicious and defamatory statements, where you have threatened him with violence and also encouraged and incited other members of the public to take violent steps against him. Full stop. So Alan in this letter is stating I've threatened him with violence and that I've encouraged other members of the public to take violent steps toward him. Let's move on. You are continuing to harass and defame our client in a deliberate attempt to discredit our client and his business, YouTube streaming, reputation and credibility. God, this person doesn't know how to write. You are continuing to harass and defame our client in a deliberate attempt to discredit our client and his business, YouTube streaming, reputation and credibility. That doesn't even make any sense. Our client has reported your threats and violence to the police. I'm sure he has. Well, the police will come and pay me a visit then, won't they, if Alan has somehow proved that I've been violent toward him. However, our client will no longer tolerate the accusations, untrue and unfounded malicious statements made by you with a view to inciting violence against him and causing serious harm to his reputation and person. Full stop. Let's go over that last sentence again. However, our client will no longer tolerate the accusations, untrue and unfounded malicious statements, no comma in here whatsoever, made by you with a view to inciting violence against him and causing serious harm to his reputation and person. And then the letter ends. Your conduct is in direct violation of the Defamation Act 2013 in that your unfounded and malicious allegations have caused serious harm, with a one that's appeared in there for no reason, to our client and also threatened his only source of income, full stop. In fact, your conduct to date has caused serious financial loss to our client, pursuant to S of the Defamation Act 2013. Accordingly, we require that you, 1, immediately cease and desist any unlawful defamation of our client's character, reputation and business. Wouldn't that be free speech, Alan? No? Okay. 2, immediately refrain from posting any unlawful and malicious comments about our client, his work and or any of his publications. 3, immediately cease and desist from inciting violence against our client and or any other person associated with our client. 4, immediately refrain from publicising the residential address of our client and or inciting other members of the public to harass and or carry out violent attacks against our client and then the and goes nowhere. 5, immediately cease and desist encouraging any persons from following and or stalking our client and or any other persons associated with his work whatsoever. Please note that in the event that you fail to comply with this cease and desist notice forthwith, we are instructed to take the appropriate legal steps against you and seek injunctive relief along with an order for costs. If you are legally represented, we suggest that you pass this letter on to your solicitors. We look forward to hearing from you. Yours faithfully, Duncan Lewis. Yeah. Well, Duncan should fire his secretary because they can't write. Grammatically incorrect statements, spelling mistakes, typos all over the place, and the letter doesn't make any sense. So nice try, Alan. But the thing is, though, that this is what I made the video about today, is that the more you do this, the more you keep doing this, the more evidence we will have of what you really, really have done. So this is good. So you've gone to the police and spoken to the police about me, have you, Alan? Okay, well then I'll expect the police to turn up at my door. You clearly have accused me of violence. Now, so the same police that I contacted before with your friend who accused me of being a spy and who accused me of ruining his life, now you're accusing me of violence and inciting other people to come and harm you. It means now that I have another correct case for harassment because you two are together. And one more strike for him, and then I had a case for harassment, the police told me. So Alan, I do suggest that you stop contacting me because now you've contacted me personally. That is malicious communications, and that's what you fail to realise. So by all means, speak to the police. If you have any proof whatsoever that anyone has threatened you with violence, that I've threatened you with violence, I suggest you come forward and show it now because you're in big, big trouble, Alan, now. This did make me laugh though because I've never known a lawyer, solicitor, to write such a bad letter with sentences that don't make any sense, Alan. We all know who's written this letter. And a letter to have any kind of legality whatsoever has to spell my name correctly and also a hard copy be sent to my address. So go for it, Alan. Go on, send it to my address. Send it to my address. And then we can move forwards. So, yeah, okay, so the police have already been notified and the police in your town as well, so... Oh, God, it just shows you how running scared, how flappable how low, how degraded, and how deviant Alan is, doesn't it? Because instead of going for people that he thinks have actually done him wrong, he tries to go for me because he thinks I'm a softie. And Alan, you've thought wrong about that. Please stop bothering me with these stupid bogus letters. Because you know that when I say I call the police, that I do call the police. Your friend has already had 2 warnings. Already had 2 visits. So do stop contacting me, Alan. And stop writing letters because it just looks so stupid. Did make me laugh though, gotta be honest. Just so everyone knows. Did anyone else get one? Anyone else got one of those? No? Yes? Let me know.